Congratulations, graduates. My name is Javi Borges, class of 1997 and chair of the Florida State University Alumni Association's National Board of Directors. I want to congratulate each of you on this wonderful accomplishment today. It is a profound honor to stand before you as the first Hispanic chair of the Alumni Association's National Board. To graduate from FSU is an immense achievement, and your degree will take you places you cannot imagine. Today, as you turn your tassel, you mark an incredible milestone in your life, and you become part of the FSU family of more than 409,000 living alumni worldwide. Your chapter as a student may be ending, but you're all Seminoles forever. Our community of alumni is ready to support you in your next chapter. I encourage you to plug into this lifetime resource and stay connected by joining a local Seminole club in your town, or perhaps getting involved in one of our 9 affinity networks, like the Young Alumni Network or the Hispanic Latin Alumni Network. FSU Connect, a digital platform that can be used anywhere, will be another valuable resource for you to lean on the advice and experience of fellow alumni. All you have to do is ask a question. As graduates, you are all part of the FSU Alumni Association automatically. Take advantage of programs like FSU Connect, resources at the FSU Career Center, networking opportunities, mentorship programs, travel benefits, events, and more. You can learn all about these opportunities at alumni.fsu.edu. Wherever your adventure takes you, your alumni family is rooting for you and are here to support you. Congratulations, and as always, Go Noles. Felicidades, graduados. Mi nombre es Javi Borges, de la clase de 1997 y presidente de la Junta Nacional de Directores de la Asociación de Antiguos Alumnos de Florida State University. Quiero felicitar a cada uno de ustedes por su éxito y este maravilloso logro de hoy. Es un honor profundo ser el primer presidente hispano de la Junta Nacional de la Asociación de Antiguos Alumnos. Graduarse de FSU es un logro inmenso y su título los llevará a lugares que no se pueden imaginar. Hoy, a mover la borla de su gorra, marcan un momento increíble en sus vidas y se conviertan en parte de la familia de FSU, que cuenta con más de 409,000 exalumnos vivos en todo el mundo. Su capítulo como estudiante se está terminando, pero ustedes son seminoles para siempre. Nuestra comunidad de antiguos alumnos están listos para apoyarlos en su próximo capítulo. Les animo a conectarse con este recurso de por vida y mantenerse en contacto, uniéndose con un club local de seminoles en su ciudad o quizás participando en una de nuestras 9 redes de afinidad, como la red de jóvenes exalumnos o la red de exalumnos hispanos latinos. FSU Connect, una plataforma digital que se puede usar en cualquier lugar, será otro recurso bueno para que se apoyen en los consejos y experiencias de otros exalumnos. Nada más que tiene que hacer una pregunta. Como graduados, todos ustedes son automáticamente miembros de la Asociación de Antiguos Alumnos de FSU. Aprovechen programas como FSU Connect, recursos en el Centro de Carreras de FSU, oportunidades de networking, programas de mentoría, beneficios de viajes, eventos y más. Pueden aprender todo sobre estas oportunidades en alumni.fsu.edu. Donde quiera que los lleve sus aventuras. Su familia de exalumnos estamos aquí apoyándolos y aquí para ayudarlos. Felicidades de nuevo y como siempre, vamos Seminoles. Congratulations, graduates. My name is Javi Borges, class of 1997 and chair of the Florida State University Alumni Association's National Board of Directors. I want to congratulate each of you on this wonderful accomplishment today. It is a profound honor to stand before you as the first Hispanic chair of the Alumni Association's National Board. To graduate from FSU is an immense achievement, and your degree will take you places you cannot imagine. Today, as you turn your tassel, you mark an incredible milestone in your life, and you become part of the FSU family of more than 409,000 living alumni worldwide. Your chapter as a student may be ending, but you're all Seminoles forever. Our community of alumni is ready to support you in your next chapter. I encourage you to plug into this lifetime resource and stay connected by joining a local Seminole club in your town, or perhaps getting involved in one of our 9 affinity networks, like the Young Alumni Network or the Hispanic Latin Alumni Network. FSU Connect, a digital platform that can be used anywhere, will be another valuable resource for you to lean on the advice and experience of fellow alumni. All you have to do is ask a question. As graduates, you are all part of the FSU Alumni Association automatically. Take advantage of programs like FSU Connect, resources at the FSU Career Center, networking opportunities, mentorship programs, travel benefits, events, and more. You can learn all about these opportunities at alumni.fsu.edu. Wherever your adventure takes you, your alumni family is rooting for you and are here to support you. Congratulations, and as always, go Noles. Felicidades, graduados. Mi nombre es Javi Borges, de la clase de 1997 y presidente de la Junta Nacional de Directores de la Asociación de Antiguos Alumnos de Florida State University. Quiero felicitar a cada uno de ustedes por su éxito y este maravilloso logro de hoy. Es un honor profundo ser el primer presidente hispano de la Junta Nacional de la Asociación de Antiguos Alumnos. Graduarse de FSU es un logro inmenso y su título los llevará a lugares que no se pueden imaginar. Hoy, a mover la borla de su gorra, marcan un momento increíble en sus vidas y se conviertan en parte de la familia de FSU, que cuenta con más de 409,000 exalumnos vivos en todo el mundo. Su capítulo como estudiante se está terminando, pero ustedes son seminoles para siempre. Nuestra comunidad de antiguos alumnos están listos para apoyarlos en su próximo capítulo. Les animo a conectarse con este recurso de por vida y mantenerse en contacto, uniéndose con un club local de seminoles en su ciudad, o quizás participando en una de nuestras 9 redes de afinidad, como la red de jóvenes exalumnos o la red de exalumnos hispanos latinos. FSU Connect, una plataforma digital que se puede usar en cualquier lugar, será otro recurso bueno para que se apoyen en los consejos y experiencias de otros exalumnos. Nada más que tiene que hacer una pregunta. Como graduados, todos ustedes son automáticamente miembros de la Asociación de Antiguos Alumnos de FSU. Aprovechen programas como FSU Connect, recursos en el Centro de Carreras de FSU, oportunidades de networking, programas de mentoría, beneficios de viajes, eventos y más. Pueden aprender todo sobre estas oportunidades en alumni.fsu.edu. Donde quiera que los lleve sus aventuras. Su familia de exalumnos estamos aquí apoyándolos y aquí para ayudarlos. Felicidades de nuevo y como siempre, vamos Seminoles.
Please be seated. We are very happy to have you with us, and the ceremony will begin in a couple of minutes. We have two requests. First, when the time comes, please stand for the processional, the national anthem, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the recessional. Our second request is that except for the times when I have asked you to stand, please remain seated throughout the ceremony. Graduates must remain until all degrees have been granted and the recessional is over. If you leave after your graduate has received a degree, it may interfere with others in the audience who are here to see their graduates. During the conferral of degrees, a professional photographer will photograph each graduate walking across the stage. You will receive proofs of the pictures, but there is no obligation to buy them. And finally, we ask everyone please to silence your cell phones. Thank you. And again, we are glad to have you with us.
Good afternoon. I'm Richard McCullough, President of Florida State University. Commencement is one of the happiest days in the life of a university. It's a day of celebration for our graduates, for their families and friends, and the faculty and staff that helped them reach this milestone. We are proud to share this moment with you. Thank you all for being here today. Before we begin, we need to acknowledge the loss that our community has suffered. Just over 2 weeks ago, a tragic act of violence struck our campus. We lost Robert Morales, a dedicated FSU employee, Tiru Chaba, a visitor from South Carolina. Multiple people were injured and many more were deeply shaken. It was a tough day in the history of Florida State University. The most remarkable thing that happened after that. The resilience of the students who were shot was unbelievable. Their attitudes and willingness to pick themselves up and go on was inspiring to me. The attitudes of the students that we met in campus and the ones I got emails from helped me to heal and helped each other and helped everybody else begin to heal. I think we witnessed one of the things that makes FSU special. It's compassion, it's courage, the family atmosphere that we have that's special to this place. I've been at a lot of universities. It's not like it is here at other universities. It is indeed something that is special. We also received an outpouring of support from around the world. And it was good to hear from our friends and the support that we received. At this time, I'd like you to please join us in a moment of silence to honor Robert and Tiru and support those who are recovering, and to recognize the many who acted immediately and selflessly in the face of violence and prevented an even worse tragedy from happening. Please. Thank you. Today, we are gathered to celebrate graduation. And I have to tell you that I heard this is the largest class that we've ever graduated in the history of Florida State University. And today I brought the chairman of the board and another trustee, Peter Jones, with us, and Chairman Peter Collins, because if my hand falls off, I might have to have them come up and save me from shaking so many hands. So please be kind to my hand when you shake it. You graduates have overcome so much in your journey. You know, it's remarkable to think about. You know, when I was going through school and others on the stage, you know, we went to school, we worked hard, we made it through, and we knew we'd get on the other side and there would be a good job waiting for us, and we could, you know, start on the American dream. There was no Great Recession. There's no global pandemic. There's no infighting around the world and in our country. We didn't have to deal with all that. And yet all of you have persevered and have had the resilience to live through so many of those things. In many ways, graduation is like jumping over a box or something, and the size of the box depends on, who you are and what you're majoring in and all the obstacles you have to get over. And you had to jump higher than everybody else. You had to work harder. You had to do more. You had to persevere longer. You had to have more fortitude than others before you. And I salute you for that. We are gathered here today to celebrate you, and we are very proud of everything that you've done. And we look forward to a really great graduation day for all of you today. So thank you for being here with us. Please remain standing for the presentation of colors, the Pledge of Allegiance, and the singing of the national anthem.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, on the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Color Guard, you are dismissed. Audience may now be seated. Thank you to the members of the Florida State University Police Department, the Tallahassee Police Department, the Leon County Sheriff's Department, Tallahassee Fire Department, the Leon County Emergency Medical Services, and the Florida Highway Patrol for being there today and for all your work to keep our community safe. I also want to thank Anthony Berger from the Seminole Tribe of Florida Fire Rescue Department for joining us today. Florida State University respects its unique and collaborative friendship with the Seminole Tribe of Florida. The university and the tribe are partners who work side by side toward respectful use of their name, imagery, and symbols. Seminole history is Florida history. Seminole history is Florida history. and everyone in FSU community is responsible for maintaining and respecting this ongoing partnership. Thank you to our wonderful commencement brass from the College of Music, conducted by Kaleg Switzenek, and I'd also like to thank Ms. Caitlin Equine for singing the national anthem. Caitlin is pursuing a doctorate in vocal performance, and after graduation, she plans to pursue a career in teaching voice and opera performance. Thank you, Caitlin. Also like to thank Tiernan Sutton for leading us in the pledge. Thank you, Tiernan. Now let's take a moment to remember those students who are no longer with us. We cherish the memories of our time together and impacts they made on our campus and community. To the friends and family of those we've lost, we offer our deepest condolences. Thank you. I'd also like to recognize on the platform this evening is Chairman of the Board, Ms. Peter Collins. Peter, could you please stand? Also like to recognize rookie trustee, Trustee Peter Jones. He may be a rookie, but he's probably one of the MVPs on the trustees. So thank you, Peter, for being here. Now I'd like to recognize the First Lady, Jay Vardakar, for being here. Thank you for being the brains of the operation. Appreciate that. Now I'd like to welcome Provost Jim Clark to the podium.
Thank you, President McCullough. We are assembled this afternoon to pay tribute to our graduates who have worked hard to earn their degrees and who will today embark on new journeys. On behalf of the university and this assembly, I congratulate you and wish you success. I would like to take a moment to reflect on your remarkable achievements. If you are graduating today with either honors in your major or as a member of the Garnet and Gold Scholar Society, or if you are graduating cum laude, magna cum laude, summa cum laude, or with a perfect 4.0 GPA, will you please stand so that we can applaud your accomplishments? Florida State University distinguishes our graduating veterans, active duty personnel, and graduates of our ROTC programs with special red, white, and blue honor cords in recognition of their service to our country. If you are among that elite group, will you please stand so that we can thank you for your service to our nation? Congratulations to all of you. Now, our student body president, Mr. Jackson Bover, has a word of welcome.
Thank you for the introduction, and thank you, Mr. President, for the inspiring words. Good afternoon. My name is Jackson Bover, and I had the honor of serving as this year's student body president. First and foremost, to the spring 2025 graduating class, congratulations. I'd like to take a moment to recognize and thank the families, friends, faculty, and staff that are here with us today or are tuning in to support our graduates. Your support has carried us through more late nights, hard classes, and 11:59 p.m. deadlines than I can count. I am proud to say that on behalf of the students of Florida State University, we could not be more appreciative of the love, time, and energy that you have poured into our continued support. I'd also like to take a moment to recognize our first-generation college graduates. If you are the first person in your family to graduate from a four-year university today, please rise. I want to congratulate you all from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for showing us what it means to lead with courage and to strive for excellence. Now, I know that there is a mix of emotions in the room today. There's joy, maybe some nerves, and definitely some disbelief that the last 4 years have gone by so fast. But no matter how certain or uncertain you are for what tomorrow will bring, I want to leave you with something that has impacted me personally. You are stronger than you know. At Florida State, we have a word that's meant to capture who we are as a community. That word is unconquered. And over the last few years, and especially over this last month, that word has taken on a much deeper meaning. In a place that so many of us call our home, we were reminded just how quickly everything can change. We lost members of our FSU family, and we're still mourning, still healing. But in the days and weeks that have followed, I've seen something truly remarkable. I've seen students checking in on one another and reaching out when they need support. I've seen strangers and community members attending vigils, and professors and staff holding space for the people in our community. In our hardest moments, we choose to stand together. That is what unconquered means. It doesn't mean that we're never knocked down, but it means that we get back up. It means that we stand together when it's hardest, and we carry forward together not because we forget, but because we remember, and we keep going anyway. In the immortal words of John Hughes, life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it. And time really does fly. But the memories that you have made here at Florida State will not soon be forgotten. The love and success that we've experienced here will be embedded in the new lives that we go on to live and in the dreams that we continue to chase. As you leave here today, for whatever chapter life has planned for you next, know this: you've already made it through things that you once thought that you couldn't. You've already proven what you're capable of. Wherever you go next, take that unconquered spirit with you as a testament to the strength, skill, and character that you've developed here at Florida State. Again, congratulations, class of 2025, and as always, go Noles.
Thank you, Jackson. Jackson was, of course, student body president, is also on our trustees, one of our trustees, and has just, he's got to graduate and move on and do other things. So thank you. I want to recognize you for that. Thank you. Now it's my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Ash Williams. Ash Williams is the vice chair of JP Morgan Asset Management, has built a career out of managing risk, making smart investments, and delivering strong results, no matter how hard the market gets. Before joining JP Morgan in 2022, Mr. Williams was the executive director and chief investment officer for the Florida State Board of Administration, where he oversaw more than $195 billion in assets. You ever saw that? Have you ever seen that show Billions before? Well, the hedge fund guy always has to go find the person who's running these very large pension funds. Ash Williams would be that guy like in real life. That's the guy they come to seek out to try to talk to. He's an important guy. And he's probably going to hit me later for saying that he's an important guy because he's a very humble man. So that fund includes Florida Retirement System, which supported more than 900,000 public employees and retirees. Mr. Williams is widely respected in the world of institutional investing. He's chaired national boards, including the Council on Institutional Investors. He serves on several others, from the Episcopal Diocese of Florida Investment Committee to the FSU Foundation Board of Trustees. His leadership has been recognized with honors like Chief Investment Officer Lifetime Achievement Award and the FSU Morris Torch Award, which celebrates those who uphold the university's tradition. He's guided investment strategies for organizations that serve our communities and helped mentor and advise the next generation of leaders. And I think, when you look around our trustees and leaders at the university, you might find a few people that he's mentored. Maybe even the one sitting right next to him on stage. So Ash is a legend. He's also one of our own. He's a proud graduate of Florida State University with a bachelor's degree in management and an MBA. Ash is one of these people that it's just hard to believe that it's one person, because when I came to Florida State, I met Ash Williams. He's incredibly smart, he's incredibly wise, and he's just a really super nice person. And I'm enriched by knowing him, and I'm so happy that he agreed to speak to us here today. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Ash Williams.
Thank you, Mr. President. And after a generous introduction like that, I think we might just call it a day and move on. What do you think? That was very kind. Thank you. Congratulations, Seminoles. Your work has paid off, and you will soon have a degree from the Florida State University, a powerful credential reflecting your wisdom, talent, and initiative. It's time to celebrate that accomplishment and reflect on your success. Go ahead, give yourselves a round of applause. Well done. Enough of that. Let's get on with the next phase of your life and make the passage from school to work. I earned 2 FSU degrees, as the president said, a BS in management in 1976 and an MBA in 1978. My path since then has been a long and winding one, and I would not change one step of it. Most importantly, I would like to recognize and thank my wife, Jan. Without her support and counsel, I would not be where I am today. We're approaching our 44th anniversary this fall and have 3 successful, happy, grown daughters, including 1 Seminole, and 3 wonderful grandkids. Thank you, Jan. After 50 years, yes, 50, I know I look youthful, of work experience, including government service ranging from legislative and executive leadership to financial regulation and pension investing, also commercial asset management and public and private markets, I'd like to share a few thoughts that I hope will support and accelerate your continuing growth and success. Let's start with 5 very simple keys to career success. And given that this is the College of Business, I'm cutting straight to the chase. You guys are all about employment, making a good living, becoming leaders, moving ahead, and hopefully, ultimately, doing the most satisfying thing you could do, which is give back to Florida State University. So, rule 1, truth is your friend. Truth is your friend. Seek it and speak it. Personal integrity is an absolute requirement for long-term success, the foundation for earning trust and responsibility. There is never a wrong time to do the right thing. We're all entitled to our opinions, but there's only one set of facts. Make sure you know your facts. Don't assume, know. Also, know what you don't know and what is unknowable. Ask for help and guidance. You will learn, and those you ask will appreciate your desire to get it right. Think about the best possible source or sources to learn from, and then determine how to reach out and tap their expertise. Rule 2, read, listen, learn, and be a lifetime learner. Curate your news sources to favor legitimacy and diversity of views. Success in business is about facts, not politics. Don't color your own flow of information by sources that follow one doctrine or another. Your job is to find the lamp of truth and hold it up, not to embrace any sort of political doctrine anywhere. The ultimate benefit of well-curated information is gathering superior critical thinking advantage. There are a lot of sources of research out there, and you should avail yourselves of the best and most objective you can find. Read several papers a day, the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, the Financial Times, for example, and read additional weekly or monthly publications, Barron's, The Economist, Foreign Affairs, etc., that add depth to your understanding of issues. Broadcast financial news and podcasts should also be part of your daily routine. Bloomberg Daybreak and Surveillance, 2 morning shows, are my go-to exercise track every day. Details and nuances matter, and skilled journalists will bring them to your attention. Social media is no substitute. Books will enlighten you on historic and current matters in greater depth. Audible books are convenient because they travel with you on your phone and can be listened to anytime. By the time you start work each day, after you get your new job that I know you're looking forward to, you should be confident that anyone who asks you anything about a newsworthy event will be provided by you an answer that is informed, complete, thoughtful, and timely. Do not get caught flat-footed. It's not a good look. Rule 3, show up. Take every opportunity to be in the room or otherwise share experiences with colleagues. We are better together and aligned to succeed by supporting each other and fulfilling our individual and collective potential. In the wake of COVID, there was a long period where people didn't want to come into the office, especially younger workers. A number of firms, including J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Blackstone, BlackRock, said, it's a very simple equation, folks. We make a living by buying assets, improving them, and selling them. We're better together, reasoning and sharing our creativity. Here's the deal. You want to work here, you show up here, and you get paid. You don't want to work here and don't want to show up, that's fine. I'm sure there's another wonderful home for you. But if you want to stay here, show up. Accept responsibility and outcomes and learn from every experience. You're new, you're learning, you're going to be learning for the rest of your life. You're going to make mistakes. Don't cover them up, don't duck them, learn from them, accept the responsibility, and move on. That will gain you respect, and you will remember the lessons learned. Rule 4, empathize, recognize, and appreciate. Everybody likes to be recognized for what they do and appreciated by others. The success of any enterprise reflects the collective effort of many. Our firm has over 300,000 employees in 60-plus countries. I'll guarantee you every one of those people knows where they work, why, and that they're appreciated. All work has dignity, and those doing it deserve acknowledgement, no matter what that work might be. Let them know that you appreciate their effort as others appreciate yours, and recognize them for it. Take care of yourself. Exercise, good diet, and adequate sleep matter. Physical fitness makes us sharper and more resilient. You've all heard stories about new recruits to investment banking firms and law firms and other things where people sort of end up as in a servile class for their initial years and 20-hour days and all that sort of stuff, and the idea that it's meritorious to push yourself beyond limits of human endurance, that is baloney. It is outright baloney. Do not go down that path. Take care of yourself, or you will end up sick, or you will make bad decisions or technical errors that could have material consequences and may be the end of an otherwise good start to a career. So those, Rule 5. Yeah, that is Rule 5. Take care of yourself. So I want to share another idea with you. Those are the 5 basics of how to succeed in any job. Here's another idea for you. A lot of young people graduate college with a clear anticipation of what they want to be or what industry they want to work in, and they expect there to be a fairly linear path from graduating college to getting a job in the industry they want to be in, at the firm they want to be in, and then moving up the ladder, and at some point you hope to be CEO or head of a big division or head of a nation or something like that. That ain't how life works, folks. Opportunity will come to you in 1,000 different ways, and you need to be open to indirect opportunities and how to spot them throughout your career. Let me give you a couple of examples. Within the same organization, there can be completely different and unrelated opportunities that you might be able to move from one to the other after you get into an organization. I think the most important thing you should start with is finding a culture of merit, a culture of integrity, working around people who are the kind of people you can admire and learn from, people with the right moral fiber, people who will lead objectively and speak truth to power. So let me give you an example. A fellow Florida State Seminole, a young man named John Bradley, who I had the pleasure of working with at the Florida State Board of Administration, is today the Senior Investment Officer at the Florida State Board, responsible for the State Board's private equity and venture capital portfolios. He started as an intern at the SBA, and his first duty was to put labels on file boxes. Not exactly exciting, and not exactly what you'd think of as the first rung to a major role on Wall Street. But he did the job and did it well, and when he got done labeling his boxes every day, he wandered around the building and talked to people and asked every question he could think of to learn about the investment world. Shortly after he finished his internship, an accounting job came open. It was an entry-level accounting job doing reconciliations having to do with the private equity investment portfolio. He wanted to be at the SBA because he knew what an open pathway it would be to the real investment side of the business. So he applied for the entry-level accounting job and he got it. And he did a great job, and he continued making himself known to people who were there, eventually got a job on the investment side in the private equity asset class. And as I said, he's now heading the asset class up. By the way, you might ask, how big a job could that be? Well, he manages $25 billion. That's about 10% of the SBA's assets. And furthermore, his performance over the past decade is in the top quartile of all major investment institutions in the United States. He has a team of 8 professionals and together they are leading investors, they're innovators, envied by peers around the world. John generously also shares his time and talent serving on the Florida State University Investment Committee. So my point here is find a great organization and get on that ship any way you can. Meet the officers and crew, pay attention, walk around. You might end up doing something else. You might start out peeling potatoes, and you might wind up on the bridge steering the whole ship. Think also about flexibility across organizations. I'm going to give you 2 examples here. One is Mr. Peter Collins. Peter and I have been friends for many, many years. He started out as a legislative aide to Florida Senator Charles Williams from the big city and known financial metropolis of Live Oak, Florida. Peter was working for Senator Williams. I had gone to the SBA. This was in the early 90s. I'd gone to the SBA the first time I worked there. I worked there twice with 12 years in between. And I had to do all the legislative lobbying because I was the only one at the state board who knew my way around the Capitol. And I didn't really think it was great use of my time. I knew Peter wanted to find a job and break out of legislative service and go more toward the investment and commercial side of things. So he and I talked, and he was interested in coming to the SBA. So he left the legislature, came over to the Florida State Board, and became Director of Legislative Affairs. Worked directly with me, worked with all our investment teams, got to know everybody, got to learn how we put the portfolio together, how asset classes work from the macro level down to choices of individual securities. And he did pretty darn well with it. And after a few years of that, he left the SBA and went to a private equity firm, Rock Creek Partners over in Jacksonville, working with Jim Dahl. Jim Dahl, another person with an undergraduate and business degree and an MBA from Florida State University. After a few years at Rock Creek, Peter left, founded his own firm, Forge Capital Partners, in 2001. Forge today is a diversified platform that makes real estate investments, operates real estate that is held in its various portfolios, and provides a range of real estate-related institutional asset management services. Peter has also served on the State Board of Administration's Investment Advisory Council. I had the pleasure of working with him for at least 2 terms. Was it more than that? 2? He's in his 3rd, pardon me, at the SBA. And by the way, he chaired that body with distinction while I was Executive Director and Chief Investment Officer. And yes, Peter has also served, again, giving back to Florida State, on the investment committee of the Florida State University. He's chaired that committee, and he's also on the Board of Trustees and currently chairs Florida State's Board of Trustees. And I think he would agree with me when I suggest to you that the only thing more satisfying than earning money and earning leadership credibility is to share that leadership talent and your money with the university that got you there in the first place. That would be the Florida State University. And then, of course, if you look at my own career, I'm another example of moving back and forth across organizations. I started out in the Florida House of Representatives, quite by accident, got involved in pension investing. I was asked to rewrite the investment authority for the pension fund right after it was created in the mid-'70s. And from there, I went to the governor's office, where I was the legislative director there, worked my way up, became deputy chief of staff to Bob Graham when he was governor. Then when he went to the Senate, I went to Gerald Lewis's office, the Florida controller at the time, who was also the state securities and banking regulator, and learned a lot there during the S&L crisis about what makes financial organizations fail. Then had an opportunity to go to Schroders in New York, ran Schroders for the United States for a few years, then went to a hedge fund, then came back to the SBA, did another 14-year tour here in Tallahassee at the SBA, retired from there in September of 21, and now I'm at JP Morgan. So my point here is, don't look at the world as a single path. It's a winding road, and there are all kinds of wonderful sights to see along it. So be open to those changes. Look for places that can open doors, give you exposure, and accelerate your progress. Seek out professional industry groups, join them, be active, earn a leadership role, and drive your own visibility. So wrapping it up, you're off to a great start. As you gain experience, sharpen your observation and communication skills, earn a sterling professional reputation, and become known to a broader professional universe, opportunities will continue to seek you out, not the other way around. But be very thoughtful here. Character and integrity are crucial. Never be blinded by money. The grass really may not be greener on the other side of the fence. Partnering with the right people, the right culture, driven by the right values is what matters. Like marriage, partnerships and employment relationships can be the key to long-term fulfillment, or, if done incorrectly, a painful, expensive mistake with a long tail of regret. Okay, Knowles, get out there, get it right, make us proud. Thank you, and congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Ash.
Before we begin the conferral of academic degrees, please remember that anyone who must leave early is asked to do so quickly and quietly so others are able to see their graduates walk without interruption. I also want to remind our graduates to bring your yellow name cards to the stage when you come forward. You will note that we have provided some hand sanitizer as you approach the stage to save our dean and our president's hands. We encourage you to use this, but please be certain to protect your ID cards from the moisture so that I can still read your name. Appreciate it.
And now for the main event, the conferral of academic degrees. For the conferral of master's and specialist degrees, I recognize our Dean of the Graduate School, Dr. Mark Riley.
Will the candidates for the master's and specialist degrees please rise? Mr. President, I have the honor, on behalf of the graduate faculty of Florida State University, to present the candidates for the master's and specialist degrees.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Florida Board of Governors and the Florida State University Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon each of you the appropriate degree for which you have qualified, whether masters or specialists. Congratulations. You may be seated. Now that the master's and specialist degrees have been conferred, will the recipients please come forward to be recognized?
Will Dean Michael Hartline of the College of Business please come forward? Nathan Adams. Jake Albright. Joanna Alvarez. Sabrina Cassandra Armanca. Oluwatomi's Iteloakisi Allende. Gavin Scott Banta II. Max Bashford. Morgan Lynn Batchelder. Dania Beaufrere. Tyler Bird. Juliana Bermudez. Carson Bean. Bailey Biggins. Dimitri Felix Blanco. Maya Bostwick. Jamie Ann Botel. Samantha Calderon. Javier Pablo Carabillo. Josette Cherry. Rose Chrysolakis. Amelia Esther Cole. Margaret Kolitz. Jacqueline Rose Marie Connolly. Samantha Crespo Cobas. Cole Cushmano. Reese Daly. Nicholas John Damalos. Jake Ryan Dinker. Brielle Dennery. Madison Heather Devaney. Rebecca Dorian Doss. Brooke Lee Engler. Brian Erb Jr. Daniel Escobar. Colin Fanchi. Joseph Felbinger. Lindsay Danielle Ferguson. Laura Sofia Flores. Kobe Ann Franklin. Sylvia Maria Garcia Mayorga Paz. Joseph Gerard. Aviana Hope Gordon, Sydney Marie Gray, Austin Gross, Hector Guerra Maganhato, Gannon Guest, Jonathan Guy, Vivian Payne, Griffin Hansen, Ian Russell Hedrick, Caitlin Ann Higgins, Ken Higgins, Rachel Ashley Hinden, Stephen Hotinsky, Davies James Hoy, Matthew Jaffe, Sean Kennedy, Ryan Kinder, Samuel King, Grant Kornblatt, Nathan Lacerna, Matthew Lambie, Shelby Ann Lice, Alicia Saudi Lincoln, Colton Martin, Abigail Mata, Michaela McCarthy, Chance Brian McCurdy, Carter George McGonigal, William McParlin, Grant Michaud, Jake Moran, Evan Paul Matola, Katerina Alexis Moravsky, Stephen Murnane, Sophie Grace Nadenick, Hogan Melby Neese, Tyler Neal, Matthew Aaron Newcomb, Lillian Nowak, Johann O, Jeremy Payne, Louis McMichael Perugini, Jr., Jonathan Polo, Alafair Ruth Rafferty, Mariela Ramirez Rodriguez, Anna Gabriela Rimentieri, Lacey Jean Risley, Danielle Madison Rittman, Renee Alexis Rivas, Mario Roberts, Yvette Sanchez, Philip Schuster, Andres Sierra, Shaswat Singh, Lofton Small, Randy Smith, Rebecca Christiane Sopaqua, Genesis Lynette Sotomayor, Kevin Stinger, Edwin Charles Stevens Jr., Emily Stoughton, Leah Antoinette Suttles, Carson Tatter, Grayson Thilmany, Christopher Tazi, Claudia Trujillo, Stephanie Underwood, Nicholas Vantry, Roberto Vasquez, Emily Weinberg, Karen Fitzgerald Whiteknight, Tanner Willis, Riley Alexis Wilson, Abigail Witt, Nathaniel Wright, Christine Yu, Holly Zhang, Tyler Michael Zumbro, Christina Marie Schmidt, Elizabeth Brunson Thiel, Eric W. Thiel, Zach Frank, Olav Aiden Fennick, Richard D. Peak III.
I now recognize our Dean of Undergraduate Studies, Dr. Joe O'Shea, for the conferral of bachelor's degrees.
Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree please rise? Mr. President, I have the honor on behalf of the faculty of Florida State University to present these candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree.
By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Florida Board of Governors and the Florida State University Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon each of you the appropriate degree for which you have qualified. Congratulations.
You may now turn your tassels from right to left. Please be seated until you are called up. I want to thank those that received their MBAs for staying through the ceremony. That shows respect. That's what Ash was talking about. Will Dean Michael Hartline of the College of Business please come forward? Isabella Alto Luke. Caden Abbas. Logan Abney. Copriana Abram. Christian Abrami. Nura Abu Hassan. Evan Accardi. Dominic Accurso III. Tiffany Ackerbloom. Alex Acosta. Alyssa Gianna Acosta. Maria Antonietta Adarme Enciarte. Justin Adrian. Zoe Aguiar. Milena Akapian. Anthony Alberti. Juliette Elizabeth Alday. Ethan Alesh. Nathaniel Allen. Claire Elizabeth Allison. Matthew Almond. Marco Antonio Altamirano. Marley Altazer. Sophia Alvarez. Christian Alvear. Ethan Alves. Matthew Jeremiah Amon. Katarina Anderson. Alex C. Anderson. Charles Anderson. Emily Navarra Anderson. Margaret Anderson. Maya Anderson. Ryan Anderson. Gabriella Andrews. Riley Nicole Andrews. Sebastian Andrechuk. Georges Andriopoulos. Gabriel George Angelo. Brooke Mackenzie Engers. Dimitri Anise. James C. Ansley. Joshua Armstrong. Sanaya Antoine. Vincent Aprobato. Hannah Giselle Arincibia. Ryan Clark Archambault. Oscar Arias. Juliana Armenia. Nick Armstrong. Parker Joseph Arnett. Eliza Arnold. Alexandra Arata. Sebastian Andres Arizureta. Francisco Javier Arroyev Ballin. Jonah Ashley Friedman. Elisa Aseng. Daniela Marie Astralaga. Scott Atkins. Erica Austin. Ashley Lauren Avery. Omar Baj. Trent Babb. Ashley Backus. Thomas Bagatini Alves. Vincent Amiel Bagay. Quentin Barr. Costadinos Bacalapulo, Yanni Bacalapulo, Carlos Baldor, Austin Baldwin, Heather Bree Ballinger, Dane Ballard, Julia Barron, Sebastian Garcia, Skylar Barnes, Jesus Barragan, Chanel Barrett, Brett Berry, Angie Batista, Connor Michael Batiglia, Michael Battis, Bryce Baxter, Cone Bayes, Colby Beeler, Donald Gregory Beard Jr., Jacqueline Annette Bellew, Connor Bevan, Caroline Beck, Evan Beckman, Robert Behar, J.D. Bernowski, Ramsey Ben Fla, Brooke Emily Benator, Fletcher William Benedicts, Nikki Benedicto, Kyle Bennick, Mackenzie Ann Bankers, Danny Bennett III, Mia Benshaiman, Max Benson, Daniel Barenblit, Benjamin Bergen, David Berman, Abigail Burnt, Aiden Patrick Berner, Jake Thomas Berry, Samuel Brooks Berry, Grace Elizabeth Bethke, Carlos Javier Bohr, Tiffany Lee Bidgood, Jackson Vaughn Biggie, Zachary J. Bellato, Kyle Minkowski, Nathaniel Birdsong, Raymond Biscardi, Alexander Rafael Biscotto, Monty Bishop, Riley Jade Bishop, Matus Madruga Bittencourt, Lauren Blankenship, Kylie Blanton, Shane Matthew Bloss, Daniel Alexander Bolanos, Jacob Folger, Stephanie Bonilla, Cameron Booker, Paxton Booth, Ashley Brianna Boscovich, Augustin Botero Gomez, Sophie Botko, Benjamin Boudet, Jeremy Bourne, John Bouvier, William Boyd, Lucas N. Bozeman, Hall Davis Bradshaw, Kylie Bragg, Madison Bragg, Emily Brandes, Spencer Gregory Brandt, Savannah Sage Brannon, Riley Mackenzie Brannon, Sophia Bressani, Alexia Breto, Taylor Bresnai, Miles Brinson, Vesa Roki, Andrew Brown, Emma Elizabeth Brown, Zachary Brown, Sophia Claire Bruno, Carter Brunswick, Daniel Buking, Sebastian Alessandro Buener, Caden Baffardi, Abigail Buffington, Jennifer Vui, Corey Bukowski, Cullen Bulanda, Elijah Bultice, Katie Bunner, Audrey Burke, Brandon Scott Burkhamer, David Burry, Faith Juliana Bushellen, Jessica Bustamante, Bradley Butler, Thomas Butler, Ethan Bird, Jackson Byrne, Andres Ricardo Cabral, Javier Cabrera, Natalia Cadena, Talia Cafone, Nicholas Cairo, Emily Kalam, Logan Colarco, Anahai Calderon, Santiago Calero, Colton Caleja, Preston Calvert, Richard Campbell, Margot Isabel Campion, Harrison Kennedy, Marcela Canal, Alvaro Cariarte, Matthew Cannon, Jackson Caraway, Victoria Grace Carbone, Kelly Cardace, Miguel Cardozo, Shelby Carlton, Marissa Corona, Brett Carr, Julia Carr, Rebecca Carrillo de Albornoz, Rafael Carrion, Mackenzie Peyton Carroll, Julia Carvalho, Melvin Carvalho, Connor Alston Case, Andrew Cashin, Denzel Castillo, Lawrence Fortunato Castillo, Adrian Elias Castro, Camilo Castro, Courtney Brooke Catton, Giovanna Lamy Caballero, Emma Cecil, Gianna Saletti, Christian James Sellen, Ariane Sindan Rusanchez, Renee Chan, Vanessa Chan, Noah Chance, Jason Chang, Gabriela Sofia Chavez, Helen Sofia Chang Martinez, Nathan Chervenak, Jason Chung, Gina Chicolo, Xavier Alexander Cheong, Lillian Patricia Choi, Aiden Christie, Nick Chilarello, Carson Samara, Victoria Elizabeth Shimino, Francesca Chickapalmi, Daniel George Siofi, Abby Clark, Michael Clausen, Madison Catherine Sigurlini, Kelsey Claytonor, Alexander Clem, Kylie Alexa Clements, Parker Clements, Sean Edward Cliff, Morgan Ashley Cody, Matthew Coaho, Joseph Benjamin Kofer III, David Kofer, Madison Colby, Ryan Coleman, Talia Coleman Lopez, Caden Ross Coletti, Connor Collins, Alyssa Rosemary Conley, Landon Kahn, Lucas Alejandro Consuegra, Jared Daniel Cook, Lucia Cook, Weston Graham Cook, Cameron Cooper, Riley Cooper, Brock Riley Copeland, Avery Copper, Karsten Corbet, Josh Corby, Tyler Jordan Korish, Natalie Brooke Correa, Felix Gianni Cortez, Isabella Marie Cortinas, Christian William Cosper, Brent Coton, Christina Cotton, Blair Rawlis Cox, Samuel Cox, Logan Marshall Craig, Jacob William Krakow, Avery Crawford, Chris Crawford, Van Crawley, Charlotte Atwood Cruz, Alexander Crichton, Anthony Cristiano, Coleman Bradley Cronk, Rennie Crookston, Nick Crossman, Zachary Quadrado, Lauren Emmanuel Cuellar, Brian Curtis, Jackson Kushwa, Brady Custer, Bruna Wagner Custodio, Lauren Sturr, Marissa D'Alessandro, Cooper Jackson Dano, Preston Dancero, Talia Dantas, Iman Darakshan, Joseph George Darling, Cole Dastur, James Carlton Docksch IV, Ariana M. Davis, Emma Davis, Keeler Davis, Madeline Elizabeth Davis, Riley Trey Davis III, Shelby Lee Davis, Jessica Day, Robert Matthew De La Cruz, Lorena Sofia De Vivero, Cooper Ray Donald Dearborn, Sam Dearborn, Natalie Decker, Kyle Deegan, Cole Degner, Derek DeGraves, Will Delaporte, Rebecca Della Roca, Leah Marie Dempsey, Gabrielle Dinker, Lauren Deptula, Victoria Dexter, Daniel Diaz, Dominic Bentley Diaz, Kiara Maureen Diaz, Erica Marian Diaz Lugo, Christian Diaz Tovar, Sean Patrick Dickens, Sarah Nicole Dixon, Aiden DeConti, Ashton Calhoun Diltz, Dominic Joseph DiMaggio, Daniel DeSalvo, Ethan Henry Dittmer, Kalina Dogangiev, Amir Cesar Dominguez, Samantha D'Onofrio, Chloe Dowler, Brendan Doyle, Connor Dries, Quentin Dubofsky, Coy Mason Ducharme, Taj Dudley, George Duffy, Edward Dukov, Addison Lane Duplantis, Nicole Duran, Andrew Durfee, Julianne Dwyer, Nathan Harrison Dye, Abigail Rose Dyer, Pierce Early, Sarah Allison Early, Amber Kaylee Coutre, Isabel Easley, Jacob Issa, Ethan Eastman, Daniel Edelman, Ellis Edgman, Vindula Edgington, Megan Zenme Edney, Justin Edwards, Ilio Ignacio Eichelbaum Perez, Connor Eilers, Jake Icing, Leah Eckendall, Mary L. Hassan, Kendall Elam, Caleb Roger Ellinger, Grayson Claire Elliott, James Elliott, Justin Elliott, Collier Ellis, Lila Ellis, Michael Andres Emedici, Nathan Inslee, David Engel Penaloza, Benjamin Camp England, David Thomas Inslee Jr., Emily Elizabeth Intrican, Emmanuel Escobar, Jacob Escobedo, Bryn Esberg, Fabrice Etienne, Logan Evans, Hannah Everingham, Kelsey Everett, Tate Ewing, Sebastian Fada, Jonathan Fairbank, Thaler, Christina Fanfani, Sylvia Farfante, Gustavo Fideli, Emma Fagan, Maxwell Fine, Ashley Grace Feinberg, Allison Feldman, Nicholas David Felice, Hannah Farah, Vincent John Ferguson, Christy Lee Fernandez, Nicole Eleni Fernandez, Rachel Marie Fernandez, Connor Ferranti, Jake Ferris, Jose Manuel Ferrer, Wade Xander Ferris, Luke Fetter, Sydney Fields, Andrew Filamarino, Dario Finazzo, Katie Finch, Nicole Dawn Fink, Ryan Fink, Jeremy Rashan Kari Finlaw, Valeria Fiorentino de Jong, Caroline Fish, Robbie Fishbein, Aubrey Ray Fisher, Liam Fitzgerald, Sean Fitzgerald, Colin Fleece, Nicholas Flemmer, Mazzy Flint, Pablo Floyd Ocampo, Linda Fong, Davis Foodie, Zoe Elaine Ford, Daniel Alexander Forte, Julia Nicole Fortin, Patrick Fortin, Kylie Foster, Jackson Fowler, Allison Fox, Hayden Frash, Hope Elizabeth Frederick, Arden Fryer, Zachary Friend, Quinn Fry, Gustavo Enrique Fuentes III, Linda Fung Gongora, Luca Andreas Freiberg, Landon Thomas Gaddy, Ethan Tyler Gain, Alice Galarza, Leonardo Galliano, Luke Gallivan, Isabella Galvanic, Maria Elizabeth Violeta Galvez, Noah Gazzarano, Guilherme Nogueira, Andrew Garritex, Emily Garcia, Norma Barbara Garcia, Madeline Garcia, Rodrigo Garcia, Valentina Garcia, Anna Gardella, Hayden Gardella, Ashley Nicole Gardinal, Seth Edward Gardiner, Sean Teo Garris, Jonathan Corey Garner, Antonio Garriga, Victoria Gardenberg, Jade Gaston, Marcella Gaston, John O'Connor Gavigan, Juliana Marie Gairns, Corey Gehring, Margot Claire Genda, Kyle Georgiana, Nicole Jerdal, Kevin Gerhart, Alex Gibson, Caroline Cecilia Gifford, Christopher Rolando Gill, Nikita Gilmore, Morgan Gilner, Andrew Paul Gleason, Sebastian Gloss, Rachel Godfrey, Alan Godinez, Maya Gahil, Hunter Gold, Maya Goldberg, Savannah Reese Gomez, Gage Gongas, Ashley Rochelle Gonzalez, Benjamin Jacob Gonzalez, Daniel Renee Gonzalez, Gabriela Cristina Gonzalez, Geneva Marie Gonzalez, Jessica Gonzalez, Madian Gonzalez II, Romy Noel Gonzalez, Victor Gonzalez Dur, Diego Alejandro Gordon Alavardia, Shannon Brooke Gordy, James Grafton Gore III, Gabriana Gorter, Kevin Grasso, Nicole Jessica Gray, Patrick James Green, Wyatt J. Green, Jack Green, Abigail Greenwood, Stephanie Grice, Taylor Ann Griffin, Gianna Nicole Grillo, Sophia Grissetti, Ryan Grizzard, Sophia Growing, Sydney Florence Gross, Tori Grossman, Jacob Ari Goditis, Jonathan Gueron, Jose Guillemont, Liam Frederick Guiney, Fernando Daniel Gisasola, Amber Gullo, Bridget Gunther, Svetlana Marie, Skylar Gooden, Kita Wolf Guy, Robert Haas, Emma Haddad, Evan James Hager, Joseph Hare V, Adam Hajar, Charlie Halfacre, Ali Hamid, Robert Jacob Hamill, Christian Downing Hamilton, Sean Elizabeth Hamilton, Gracie Hampton, Matthew David Hanvey, Christina Elizabeth Harding, Dermot Harkin, Jace Harmon, Grace Catherine Harris, William Hart, Ariana Hassett, Aiden Hauptmeyer, Natalie Hauser, Brendan Bear Hayes, Jacob Heineman, Tekla Henriksen, Benjamin Hens, Faith Hepburn, Mia Cassandra Hernandez, Zion David Hernandez, Tyler F. Herring, Mac Herron, Connor Hewitt, Tyler Hill, Javier Hinojosa, Jessica Hobbs, Jason Honig, Brady Hoffman, Jacob Holloman, Maggie Holmes, Nathaniel Hornick, Annika Homikoff, Morgan Kayla Hooks, Morgan Brianna Hoover, Samantha Hodeling, Max Hauser, Trevor Michael Housley, Isabella Howard, Reagan Elise Howell, Reagan Howell, Kai Hudson, Samantha Nicole Humphreys, Jonah Irvin, Abdullah Ishmael, Nicole Isoba, Renato Izureta, Brooke Emily Jackson, Lauren Nicole Jackson, Kayla Jacobs, Lauren Wells Jacobus, Carmela Jada, Allison Victoria Janvier, Isabella Alexis Jururgi, Maya Javorsky, Ethan Douglas Jennings, Natalia Jimenez, William John Connery, Natalie Cecilia Johns, Paul Ryan Johnson, Trey Johnson, Marissa Sue Johnston, Grant Jones, Zachary Jones, Cameron L. Jorgensen, Harrison Edward Joseph, Evan Joyce, Jonathan Jamal Jubran, Jack Cadlack, Jacob Kales, Brandon Steve Common, Danielle Kaplan, Jacob Ryan Karch, Fiona Caruli, Gwyneth Katker, Carter Katz, Kayla Elizabeth Katz, Haley Kaufman, Aubrey Grace Kays, Hannah Rose Kashmuz, Thomas Keating, Ryan Keegan, Ella Keith, Brooke Kelly, Matthew Kelly, Kurt Edward Kimmerer, Caroline Elizabeth Kendall, Joseph Kennedy, Tyler Dean Kent, Jacqueline Marie Keppel, Andrew James Kern, Hiba Raha Amen Khalil, Lara Kazoo, Akshat Kikani, Jordan Nicole Kilday, Connor Kim, Hayden Kimball, Garrett King, Nicholas Dean King, Hannah Kipp, Brianna Kirikoff, Nathan Kirk, Justin Klaskowski, Haley Knox, Jack Kogel, Cole William Keister, Sandra Koliva, Manav Kamareddy, Casey Evan Kowal, Eric Kramer, Peyton Kramer, Ethan Crone, Noah Crooks, Phoebe Krasuski, Annie Jane Krivorutsky, Julia Kuhn, Jack Kopa, Alexandra Kuroda, Jackson Custon, Claire Elizabeth Kuschmitz, Ariana Laluz, Sean Ladas, Alejandro Ladino, Tomas Ledo, Keenan Ledoux, Sophia Legan, Max Diaz, Aaron Litovsky, Bryce Legault, Tristan Lanehart, Darby Elizabeth Lambert, Logan Lambie, Cade Lamontagne, William Lamphere, Kevin Landry, Leah Hannah Lanker, Rachel Einsberg, Kate Ellen Lapine, Madison Marie Lara, Alexandra Cecilia Laris, Riley Nicole LaRocca, Sarah Larari, Reese Lane, Jackson Layton, Taylor Lebanon, Victoria Elizabeth Labina, Jillian Nicole Ledwan, Alexander Mason Leaf, Dylan Aguilas Legra, Isabella Lehman, Michael Lemon, Tyler Christian Leompora, Christopher Leon, Miranda Jacqueline Leonard, Christopher Lepore, Luann Lepro, Trip Lesane, Alexander William Leslie, Lindsay Noel Luthol, Kayla Leville Lindor, Benjamin Levi, Maya Levine, Matthias Levy, Henry Linehan, Ryan Michael Lip, Claudia Little, William Linhart, Lily Lockhart, Anthony Long, Jack Augustus Long, Catherine Long, Kylie Long, Perry Long II, David Daniel Lou Espura, Berman Lopez Jr., Haley Loudon, Luke Alexander Lorenko, Olivia Isabel Loveland, Eden Luberto, Lyle Lucas, Andrew Philip Lucchesi, Amelia Lum, Zach Lundberg, Anthony Likens, Heather Lynch, John Lynch, Ingrid McLean, Thomas McGuire, Sean McGuire, Hunter Mayholm, Brian Joseph Mahoney, Emily Laura Maldonado, Isabel Alexa Maldonado, Jacob Malinchak, Sydney Malveaux, Luke Mamberg, Harrison Maple, Heather Marbase, Kaylee Marceron, Carson Marcil, Adrian Tyler Marin, Jacob Mark, David Marks, Zachary Eric Marks, Michael Marmo, Sophia Marie Marshall, Nate Martin, Tyler Robert Martin, Andrea Martinelli, Brett Martinez, Ariana Gabriela Martinez Valero, Trey Martinez, Pedro Martins Afonso, Michael Marucci, Kayla Alexandra Master, Kyle Masterman, Jack Metzak, Taviana A.L.A. Matthew, Stephanie Matos, Gabriel Matrovogie, Andrew Philip Matzel, Jonathan Matthews, Derek Maxfield, Christian Maxey, Macy Lynn Maxwell, Taylor Moon, Felix Masonette Lee, Nina Mary McHardy, Patrick McCann, Gavin Joseph McCarthy, Haley Leah McCloskey, Garrett McConnell, Tyndale McCoy, Tiffany McCraney, Mallory McCrae, Kyle McDaniel, Kendall Elizabeth McDermott, Edward McDevitt, Dylan McDonald, Lily McGarry, Kyle P. McGoldrick, Malone McGriff, Faith Noel McKeeby, Ava McKenna, Berkeley McMahon, Christopher Michael Megan, Luke Maitre, Sebastian Malum, Lauren Margaret Meinhold, Justin Robert Melchiori, Jaden Malillo, Katarina Millette, Nicole Marie Mendenhall, Augustin Pelayo Mendez, Kinsey Mendoza, Juliana Mena Barreto, Haley Merck, Jenna Elizabeth Merlino, Aiden Merriam, Ella Mertz, Ryan Gabriel Messenger, Connor Meyer, Tyson Meyer, Jack Michaels, Sophie Elise Michaud, Alexandra Miller, Caitlin Ashley Miller, Derek Milne, Zachary Minitola, J.C. Miner, Sylvia Miranda, Cade Mitchell, Diego Mocha, Jackson Tyler Mock, Zachary Moffitt, Clara Garland Mogford, Luciano Malieri, Christian John Molina, Mia Moliterno, Bristol Molega, Adriana Veronica Montoya, Luis Carlos Montoya, Nicholas Mora, Rachel K. Moran, Zach Moran, Gabrielle Morris, Lauren Morris, Matthew Owen Morris Neely, Mia Morrissey, Jason Thomas Morrow, Kyle Morse, Victoria Moe, Connor Michael Malahy, Kevin Milage, Cameron Mullen, Aiden Mullins, Brooke Mulshine, Khan Tunser Hifsi Mukwaglu, Emma Mumpower, Journey Munn, Brianna Munoz, William Monroe, Cole Christopher Murphy, Sarah Nicole Murphy, Nick Murray, Paulina Jane Elizabeth Milet, Chloe Nadler, Aaron Nahum, Jackson Name, Carter James Nash, Olivia Hussein Nastramagario, Kaylee Neal, Cody Nelson, Cooper Nelson, William Alfred Nelson, Javier Naret, Andres Nessim, Olivia New, Emily Neville, Peyton Ashley Newbill, Kyle Alexander Newland, Sophia Wynn, Joseph Nichols, Jacob Nibrowski, Emily Elizabeth Noah, Adrian Noboa, Tayawa Noel, Cameron Blake Nolte, Kylie Norton, Autumn Novotny, Joshua Thomas Nugent, Abraham Jose Nunez, Sapri Demaris Nunez Miranda, Grace Nunn, Brianna Naros, Caitlin Elizabeth O'Halloran, Mac Conley O'Quinn, Megan Oakley, Roberto Antonio Ochoa Noriega, Megan Elizabeth O'Connell Becker, Logan Odier, Brendan O'Donnell, Abigail Ayler, Megan Oath, Connor Ryan Ogg, Victor A. Oguledo, Isabel Ohana, Skylar Alana O'Hare, Noah O'Hearn, Trevor Nelson Sanak Oja, Sophia Oliva, Colby Oliver, Lorena Olivo, Ryan O'Malley, Luis Fernando Oquendo, Sophia Victoria Nunez, Angelina Sophia Orlando, Anthony Orick, Anna Arillo, Elisa Ortiz, Chase Alexander Orzel, Maximus Kai Otterbrae, Drew Olette, Sebastian Padilla, Michael Pedron, Madison Palmer, Valeria Pankey, Logan Thomas Pala, Brandon Pardo, Valerie Michelle Paredes, Santiago Perea, Marissa Parent, Samantha Parfait, Jackson D. Perillo, Benjamin Wyatt Parrish, Catherine Park, Aiden Jameson Park, Zachary James Park, Ethan Parker, Hunter Scheimer Paris, Jack Parsons, Joseph Michael Parsons, Gabriela Pascual, Keanu Pascual, Patricia Pacero, Krush Snehal Patel, William Patterson, Travis Pavel, Audrey Payor, Mitchell Pecci, Elizabeth Ann Peck, Audrey Peterson, Wynn Peebles, John Wynn Peebles, Skylar Morgan Peoples, Jonathan Pena, Joshua David Penn, Lana Pensino, Daniel Perez, Lauren Perez, Nathaniel Perez, Samuel Enrique Perez, Sofia Cristina Perez, Mateo Perez Barrero, Maria Perez Torres, Emily Pearl, Olivia Unhi Persajan, Callan Persons, Casey E. Peterson, Alex Petraska, Jenna Pisano, Cole Pezzi, Drew Pfeiffer, Yuen Pham, Devin Antoinette Philcox, Diamond Kiona Phillip, Brian Phillips, Colton Michael Phillips, Dylan Phillips, Isabella Phillips, Josh Phillips, Samuel Phillips, Andrew David Pia, Gianna Marie Piccoletti, Brock Pike, Zachary Pine, Emily Pippa, Jackson Pizzuti, Josiane Marie Plenas, Daniel Platt, Emily Teresa Politajico, Mason Porter, Flavia Portez, Mia Portuiz, Alyssa Posey, Kayla Cecilia Potts, William Powell, Brittany Powers, Abby Price, Layla Danae Price, Andres Prieto, Gianna Priolo, Michael Timothy Prue, Mason Pullum, Natalia Quesada Mendez, Odalise Jasmine Quesada Linares, Carson Thomas Quick, Lindsay Marie Quick, Kevin Quigley, Sean Patrick Quinlan, Gabriela Quintero, Adrian Quintero, Colin Francis Robb, Madison Inez Raphael, William Reagans III, Omari Khalil Rayford, Eldamira Ramirez, Nicole Ramirez, Hector Ramos, Gabriella Ramsey Chin, Killian Ranger, Troy Ranoni, Kai Lucas Ravenna, Kendall Rain, Jasmine Jarnay Rayner, Preston Reeser, Liam Retchell, Katiana Redchuck, Cooper Reddick, Ashlyn Jean Redmond, Natalie Rose Reed, Stuart Reed, Sebastian Reeder, James Reese, Kendall Elizabeth Ray, Jackson Reifsnyder, Layla Jane Raig, Jack Scott Reiner, Melanie Lupi Redmond, Christine Ringett, Joshua Resnick, Christopher Restrepo, Abigail Retz, Juan Felipe Reyes, Caitlin Christina Reynolds, Maya Rhodes, Sebastian Rivera, Addison Rica, Joseph Rice, Lily Walton Rice, Will Richards II, Emily Ridenauer, Sydney Ryland, Brianna Rigal, Rachel Lauren Rigetta, Mackenzie Riggins, Harvins Rigur, Cameron Michael Riley, Jenna Riofrio, Grant John Ritchie, Emma Boone Robbins, Jake Roberts, Gabriel Robertson, Daniela Roca, Jack Rocco, Rachel Rockholt, Adrian Rodriguez, Alyssa Rodriguez, Blake Alexander Rodriguez, Ricardo Andres Rodriguez, Michael Anthony Ruggiero, Reagan Rohrbacher, Renato Rojas, Gracie Tian Rong, Darby Rooney, Dario Roque, Carla Maria Rosales Hoke, Andrea Elaine Roseborough, Gabrielle Rossell, Jonathan Rosenberg, Rebecca Ann Rosengard, Carl Ross, Oliver James Indiana Rowley, Jackson Todd Roundtree, Aviva Rubenfeld, Nicholas Ruiz, Duncan Runis May, Carly Russell, Leah Nicole Russell, Joseph Benjamin Rousseau, Bethlehem Rutel, Rebecca Rude, Charlie Jane Ryan, Daniel Macadam Ryan, Jack Ryan, Patrick Ryan, Brooke Ripel, Isabella Elsa Sacasa, Sydney Sackerson, Cole Safina, Leah Salati, Nicholas Salazar, Tawny Solomon, Anna Sanchez, Javier Sanchez, A.J. Sanders, Joseph Wade Sanfilippo, Alexander San Jose, Hunter Sansoni, Bianca Saravia, Andrew Sarfi, Joseph Sassano, Annabella Sassy, Jamie Saturno, Elizabeth Sauer, Peyton Savage, Olivia Joy Savelson, Gavin Reese Savino, Emma Saltel, Brooke Sawyer, Eduardo Sayego, Filippo Sbrogio, Isabella Scaglione, Margaret Joyce Scala, Joseph Scaglagna, Michael Scaramuzzo, Leo Scargle, Cassidy Schenk, Stephen Schenk, Jacob Schlessel, Taylor Schlickow, Tori Schlossman, Thomas Schmid, Kirsten McKenna Schmidt, Katie Schrader, Keegan Stone Schubert, Evan Schulhofer, Hilary Schutte, John Thomas Schwartz, Brooke Schwartz, Sophia Schweizer, Olivia Grace Scioscia, Michael Scrincy, Giovanni Sebastian Secondo, Bruna Scholes Sager, Carolina Senya, Maya Alejandra Shah, Sanad Bassam Shalade, Joshua Shames, Melanie Shanks, Daniel Shapiro, Nicholas Sharp, Kevin Shasho, Chloe Isabella Shaw, Hudson Shelfer, Christian Shepard, Maya Sherwood, Allie Elizabeth Shimko, Mallory Shirey, Mitchell Spurek, Lauren Elizabeth Sickles, Talia Grace Siefker, Zoe Christina Silva, Amanda Seaman, Jordan Simmons, Ryan Simone, Ellie Simonian, Jack Simonson, Jason Simpson, Matthew Sines, Jada Pearl Singleton, Elizabeth Marie Sirah, Sean Seaweck, Chase Skipper, Amelia Grace Skumall, Cal Squara, Brooke Marie Sliss, Nick Slew, Kimberly Grace Small, Andrew Smith, Dylan J. Smith, Haley Ann Smith, Kinsley Ann Smith, Kylie Smith, Lacey Renee Smith, Logan Clark Smith, Marley Smith, Nathan Eric Smith, Taylor Smith, Williams James Fulton Smith, Derek Smock, Charlotte Soul, Jared Solomon, Cross Soriero, Ethan Joseph Sousa, Gray Sowers, Gage Dakota Spangler, Amy Spatz, Michaela Sperling, Caden Bella Sperry, Ashley Sprague, Thomas Patrick Springer, Emily Sribunlu, McAllister Stamball, Nicholas Stanley, John Grady Stauffer, Alexander Jeffrey Steele, Ray Lee Stefanacci, Thomas Stively, Anna Julia Steigener, David von Steinmetz, Samantha Stelgis, Riley Stemmerman, Andrew Sprecher, Michaela Stidwell, Lindsay Stiles, Christopher Stein, Annabelle Stinson, Maxwell Stone, Sierra Stone, Macy Stoddard Cook, Stephen Strong, Connor Ryan Stroud, Aiden Zrimka, Owen Stutler, Isabella Sugar, Ramsey Marie Sumner, Kaliana Sunez, Sean Sutherland, Casey L. Sutton, Tiernan Zane Sutton, Luke Svensson, Megan Madonna Swan, Jake Swartz, Sam Swartz, Anna Swords, William Gaillard Sylvan, Joseph Zanto, Alden Tahirovich, Anis Tahirovic, Jenna Tamargo, Justin Tambunan, Kelsey Madeline Tanner, Lily Catherine Tapp, Chad Taylor, Noah Calvin Taylor, Sydney Ann Taylor, Colby Tedder, Marcel Tegos, Emily Telez, David Telfer, Isabella Tenaglia, Alva Terho, Jessica Terry, Matthew Turtan, Rocco Testa, Tanya Thadayatikum, Kyle Thiel, Zach Thiel, Bergen Thielen, Madison Olivia Thomas, Quinn Thomas, Wynn Thomas, Abigail Lee Thompson, Christopher Thompson, Anaya Jean Thornton, Carissa Alexis Tiano, Aiden Patrick Tibbetts, Bailey Nicole Tipping, Tristan Tiss, Reese Nicole Titel, Rachel Toadvine, Juan Esteban Toban, Isha Talani Mabubani, Samantha Tomasello, Zoe Tomberg, Owen Tomsich, Sergio Toribio, Francis Toro, Veronica Torre, Tessie Torres, Sarah Tuger, Elle Toscani, Jessica Tovin, Sydney Jane Tazi, Jeffrey Renaud Treloff, Patton Trimborn, Olivia Corinne Trillac, Madeline Truba, Zach Tucker, Madison Tully, Joshua Turner, Abigail Tyson, Sarah Diane Euler, John Paul Umbach, Jack Allen Unol, Thaddeus Upton, Nicholas Urban, Jacob Miles Urowski, Brody Adams Usher, Enrique Valenzuela, Armanda Valadares, John Valen, Haley Van Cleve, Alexander Van Pay, Brock Matthew Van Sant, John Vance, Drew Vanderhorn, Tessa Louise Vangeli, Christopher James Van Tu, Olivia Grace Varan, Ian Varner, Michael Vasco, Christopher Vasquez, Channing Vault, David Varquez, William Caden Verrett, Ileana Villarec, Christian Javier Victoria Perez, Oliver Christian Villanueva, Isabella Prize Vinciguetta, Ryan McKinley Vineyard, John Visconti, Richard Grant Vogel, Trevi Mary Volek, Maxwell C. Volroth, Philip Woodruss, Christopher George Wagoner, Damari Wagner, Michael Waiters, Grant Walden, Rachel Nicole Waldhelm, Raylene Walden, Jocelyn Walls, Shidong Wang, Alexander Ward, Alexandra Ward, Sean Wardell, Kirsten Amaya Warren, Sullivan Warren, Ikea Ramona Washington, Jamel K. Watkins, Andrew Bray Watson, Liliana Nicole Gracio Watson, Zach Watson, Ashley Weaver, Courtney Webb, Logan Webb, Lauren Weber, Connor John Webster, Ramikai Ishai Webster, Ty Wers, Aiden Weinrich, Hannah Weiss, Gavin Welch, Coleman Weller, Quillen McGreevy Welsh, Nicholas Andrew Welsh, Cami Wink, Ben Worth, Elizabeth West, Nicholas West, Evan Westepher, Jean Westmark, Annalise Westmoreland, Dawson James Wetherington, Haley Whitten, Parker White, Deja Whitehead, Caden Marshall Whitford, Gina Esther Manahari Witten, Peyton Whitney, Jacob Ryan Widelski, Gina Marie Wiggs, Savannah Wilcox, Davis James Williams, Evan John Williams, Jenna Williams, John Allen Willis, Aubrey Wilson, Daphne Danu Wilson, Parker Wilson, Leah Winsker, Bryce Wise, Lauren Wisnowski, Sean Wojciechowski, Josh Wolf, Leah Wolf, Mitchell Sean Wood, Taylor Woods, Camden Trace Woolley, Elizabeth Chandler Wooster, Skylar Lee Wooten, Andrew Warman, Daryl Worrell, Colin Wesley Wright, Jemiah Wright, Sifan Yu, Emma Marie Young, Lila Lily Young, Aiden Yount, George Youssef, Rachel Ivana Yovogan, Barrett Zajeski, Zakaria Zakaria, Aaron Jacob Zapata, Lily Zeras, Daniel Zisati, Brian Zhang, Brian William Zielke, Lindsay Sifroni, Chelsea Zipper, Ted Zook, Dylan Zuckerberg, Valentina Zuniga, Frederick William Lloyd II, Jean Louis Sarasti, Charles John France, Harrison Andrew Gottlieb, Vinnie Simeone, William Francis Irwin, Annabelle Aaron Barnett, Christian William Yatsula, Cole David Algian, Joseph Zachary Marchicelli, Tomas Chazaretta, Josh Worth, Logan Page Geisen, Victoria Elizabeth Catherine Lee, Zachary James Thompson, Coulter Gin Hahn, Joshua Welter, Juliana Brinker, Dylan Maria Ricci, Harper Ray, Jake Michael Spotto, Thomas John Crowley, Ethan Lawrence Faraji, Maya Jillian Savoy, Elijah David Delgado, Erica Bridget Stadelmeyer, Sean Ryan Reinstein, Gabrielle Thomas Lugo, Christian Harrison Talbert, Ronnie James Freeman, Chloe Reese Diavia, Misha Maximilian Rudahead, Anderson Joseph Welch, Christopher David Eccles, William Charlton Tews, Hannah Isabella Siegel, Devin Mirage, Peter Winston Lucky, John Carlos Donaldson, Brooke Nicole Walker, Brock William Moser, Maximus Joseph De Jesus, Ava Nicole Calvert, Ty Christopher Ramirez, Alexandra Paulina Cara Volpina, Brooke Hawkins, Clayton Belcher, Jack Gavin, Maria Fernanda Morales, Meg Payush Patel, Alec DeJong Alvarado, Monica Lucia Castellanos, Jack Christopher Brooks, Anton Ignacio Duenas Paulson, Samuel Vincent Sirotkin, Joseph Philip Smith, Louis Christopher Petrosino, Robert Donovan Williams, Trey Allen Perry, Strider William Graft, Madeline Marie Galarza, Jeremy S. Friedland, Nathan Albert Bennett, Colin Lee, Victoria Lee, Jackson Llewellyn, Nicholas Linus, Sophie Lynch, Adam Lyon, Gloria Andrea Faith Marrero, Madison Eileen Marshall, Dudley Mayer Jr., Ryan Mayer, Maximilian McMullen, Bruno Medina, Landon Mickey, Tegan John Parker Millhouse, Luis Ernesto Moreno, Avery Elizabeth Morgan, Colton Mutty, Zoe Amanda Trafton, David Spencer Gaylord III, Dylan Henry Weber. Congratulations to everyone. Ash, I really enjoyed your speech. I was going to give a few words myself. It looks like you covered everything that I was going to say. I'll say it in a little different way than you did, less sophisticated, but the message is pretty similar. I was shocked by that. First of all, congratulations to all of you. I just want you to know that it's important to understand that you're graduating from Florida State University. You've achieved a great thing. Congratulations. One of the things I want to tell you, and you probably already know this, but I want to let you know that being an artful listener is one of the greatest skills that you can take away and use in life. You can learn from everyone, and the things that you learn from everyone could completely change and enrich your life. It's really quite amazing. I would have to say that one of my strongest characteristics as a leader is that I care, and I listen, and I try to act when I hear good ideas. I think I learned that over the last couple of weeks, that I listened to all of you. I got 70 emails in 5 minutes, and I read and answered all 70, basically saying, just give me a few minutes, I'll fix it. And I appreciate that so much. I think listening is a superpower. And part of what Mr. Williams was saying is to listen and learn. I think it's a really powerful message. I would also say to you that because I'm a good listener, I listen to my son, for example. I have an older son, and he's an expert at art. And I've learned so much from him. Dr. J and I have learned so much from him about art and the evolution and the history of art.
and learn to appreciate it at a level that is not something I, as a poor boy from Mesquite, Texas, could ever imagine. Also listen to my younger son, Dylan. Older son's Jason. And Dylan said, I want you to listen to this music. I think you might like it. And I said, rap music? I don't think I'm going to like rap music. And he said, no, just listen to it. So he played for me T.I. back in the day. I think it was, I don't know the name of the song, but it's like, What You Know About That. I love that song. That's an awesome song. And I have become a big fan of hip-hop music, and I love all kinds of music. I love classical, I love hard rock, I love grunge. I like pretty much all genres, jazz, hip-hop. And you can learn a lot from music. And, it's important. One of the things I like about hip-hop music in particular is when I want to feel strong and powerful and confident, I listen to rap music. When I want to exercise and work out really hard, I listen to hard rock. And so one of the things I thought was really profound is in a song called My First Song. Do you know who that's by? My First Song. It's a hip-hop song. Oh, come on. You don't know it's by Jay-Z? My Song by Jay-Z. Okay, I'm cooler than everybody in the audience? That's pretty sad. That's pretty sad. That's really sad. And in My First Song, Biggie says to Jay-Z, he says, you just got to stay busy, stay working. He said the key to staying on top of things is to treat everything like it's your first project. You know what I'm saying? Like it's your first day back when you were an intern. That's how you try to treat things, like just stay hungry. And man, that's what Ash Williams was telling you here tonight. You go in as an intern, you work hard, you act like you're trying for the first time to accomplish something, not resting on your laurels. Yeah, you did a couple of projects, you did a good job. Life is not over for you. You will not be promoted to vice president. You won't. I guarantee that. And if you are, tell me the name of that company, because I know some people that need a good job. But that's it. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint, And a lot of things get in your way. The biggest thing that gets in your way is yourself, right? As young Jeezy said, it's that damn mind. It's that damn mind. Or as Lana Del Rey says, I'm trying hard not to get into trouble, but I got a war in my mind. So I just ride. I love Lana Del Rey. I think she's awesome. And that's it. That's it right there. If I would have thought back when I was in community college, I didn't have any money. I was working, trying to make my way through school. And if I thought about the obstacles ahead of myself and really gave in to what I was thinking at the time, I would never be standing in front of you today. So it's hard to gain confidence when everybody's around you, but you only got to prove things to yourself. You only have to please yourself, and that's important. I think the other thing that you want to do is when you look at the world and you don't like what you see, you should be the change that you wish the world. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. If you want people to be kind, then be kind. That's actually a quote from Mahatma Gandhi. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. I think one of the things that I've learned is that if you want to be invited, invite people. If you want people to be kind to you, be kind to them. Even when things seem very dark, there's a lot of great things going on in the world. There's beauty. You walk outside, look at the trees, the sky, all the amazing things that you see. Take a minute to appreciate all that. go to the beach, you see the mountains, you see all these amazing places. It's incredible, and to stop and look at that is critical. Your brain, I don't know if you know this, but your brain is actually plastic, meaning that you can change the connections in your brain. If you do positive things over and over and over again, you literally can change the neural pathways in your brain. And so that's the reason it's so important to be positive and think about the beauty in the world and the love. Stop and smell the roses. That's a song, right? Would you know that song, Stop and Smell the Roses? You gotta stop, smell the roses. It's Mac Davis. Come on, that's a pretty old song. But when I was about 2, I remember that song. So it's a Roger Waters song a little later, Smell the Roses. You can look at that one if you like something a little bit more up to date. But I got nothing more up to date than that. But it's important to look and stop and think about the positive things, because you can change the way you are. Oh, I could ask the provost. The provost is one of the greatest psychotherapists that I know. I don't know too many, but but I do know you. And it's right, isn't it right, that you can change your attitude by thinking of positive thoughts? Validated right here. So do that. You have a lot to learn. You have a lot to learn. I have a lot to learn. I learn every day. I learn how much I don't know every day from my wife. Every day I hear what I don't know from my wife. It's amazing how much I don't know. It's really incredible. I'm just kidding. Sort of. I'm just kidding, sort of. So thank you for teaching me, Dr. J. She's 100 times smarter than I am, and so I have to take her knowledge. I'll tell you a couple other things I learned from music that help me every day. Last week and the week before that, I'm going through a lot. And one of the things that I have to remind myself as the leader, president of Florida State University, is that people depend on me to get it done. And I have to continue. I'm an energetic person. I like to do stuff, and that's cool, and the job works well, and 100 million different things all the time. It's great. But sometimes I need that confidence. And so, again, I can listen to hip-hop music and get a lot of confidence from hip-hop music. A song I really like right now is, I think it's the right song, TV Off. Who's that by? Kendrick. It's by Kendrick Lamar, TV Off. He's got a line in there that says, "Got my foot up on the gas, somebody got to do it." And I listen to that all the time. Got my foot up on the gas because somebody got to do it. That means people depend on you to get it done. Somebody's going to do it. And you know who the people that can do it? It's Florida State grads who can do it. I should stop there, but of course I have to ruin a good speech by saying one more thing I learned from music. I learned that if you scream a certain word, it's really cool. Nope. Mustard! Sorry, I'm just entertaining myself up here. So, listen, thank you all for putting up with this speech. Congratulations to all of you. We're pleased to welcome you as alumni of Florida State University. As you leave Florida State, I want to remind each and every one of you that you are Seminoles. We want you to consider this campus your home. Please keep in touch. There's nothing better to hear from a student that's left if you're a professor. That's the reason professors do this job, is they love the students. That's the best part of the entire job. And it's you that make us energetic. It's you that help us to learn. It's you that bring happiness to all of us. Thank you for doing that. Stay in touch. It's 400,000, over 400,000 living alumni. No matter where you go, you're probably not going to be that far from an FSU grad. Take advantage of that. We were voted one of the best networks, alumni networks in the United States. And there's a good reason for that. On this occasion, it's appropriate for us to recognize that for most graduates, this day would not be possible without the assistance and support of their parents, their families, their friends. Graduates, please stand, look for your family and loved ones in the audience, and salute them with your applause, please. Thank you. Thank you. I would ask you if you could thank the people who put on these ceremonies. They do a lot of work, and I really appreciate it. So let's give them a round of applause, please. We'll end the commencement by singing the hymn to the Garnet of Gold and the recessional. The recession will be led by the platform party. The faculty and doctorates will follow the words to the hymn to the Garnet of Gold are on the screens above you. Please rise.